Hello everybody, Glitch Ripper here. I'm back for another mob battle, and you may notice I've got a little Kingdom Hearts themed thing going here, because I will in fact be using the creatures in the Kingdom Keys Recoded mod, so that's going to be interesting. They do have a lot more mobs planned for later, so this is going to be kind of showing what they have for now, and mostly lower level stuff versus a witch or so. So we'll see how that goes. And also, I'm kind of in a super flat mood. It's been a while, so I'm in a super flat world. It really has been some time. So let's make sure I got everything back in order. Yeah. So here we go, because we're gonna need a witch, obviously. Hi there. I hear you've gone neutral recently. Is this true? I'm pretty sure that it is. Uh, so we'll start you out versus a shadow. I don't think they'll have too much issues with being out during the day. Yeah, it looks perfectly fine. So let's have you attack the witch. They're very retributive, so... And they know whenever they're being targeted. Oh, went right into a water pool. So, could have done that a little farther away. Probably will, round two. Practically air ran up there, which is interesting. Don't know if that would have influenced things, but I'll try to do that further away from water sources. So let's try that again. Okay. Everybody on better ground now. Are we all fair? Got our starting positions ready? And you, what are you even doing, Shadow? I mean, you're just so far away. I mean, I might as well get another one. I mean, that one's making a run for it. I don't know why. Okay, positions. A little bit of range in between you. So let's do this. They're pretty aggressive, so they can really hop in. They seem to be outpacing the witch's normal regen, at least to a degree. It has taken a few hits, but it's really jumping. And as you may know, witches are kind of a little vulnerable to rush down. Oh, are we gonna go in the water again? Of course, this witch is really also beating down the shadow. Well, it seems like water really makes these things weird. It throws off for projectiles. So I might need to seal off the water. However, it seems that this time she's got the upper hand, so... A special note, do it on... Now that is some serious hops. Do so on preferably even ground. So, I'm just starting over, so you're getting poofed. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to make this area a little more... Well, green. I'm feeling the green. I'm just gonna... fill the top in and make it more even ground, because at least the lakes are decently spaced apart, so it probably will mean that I'll be able to get it to work out a little better if I do so in the general area, and at least this particular pull won't be getting in the way. And sometimes I go with whatever the terrain hands me, and sometimes I'm just not feeling it. Sometimes I want more arena style. In this case, kind of open arena, using the natural ability of a super flat to give you a welcome arena for all sorts of fighting needs. Okay, there we go. Now the only trace of it ever having been a pond is it oddly looking like a crescent moon out of gravel. Okay, that just happened randomly. Okay. That was a little different. Okay, let's start this over. but with a different one this time. Instead of going with Shadow, we'll go with Giga Shadow, which is considerably bigger. Originally, I was expecting Dark Side, but that's apparently not what you get. You get just a really big shadow. That's what I found out. It's just a really big shadow. So, yeah, you'll get in the first one this time because it's humongous. It's doing a trampling routine, really. I was trying to do this earlier in another area, but it made the animations have some serious issues. That was such a rapid stomp. I mean, I might have you going up against other mobs eventually. So I might want to see just how much you can do. I mean, that's not much damage at a time, actually, but very rapidly paced. It's kind of like how Shino defines a semi-elite. A ton of health, but not necessarily that much attack power. So the Giga Shadow has actually won against the Witch. That means that if you ever do see those in game somehow, consider them a mini boss, because that's actually kind of nuts. Now the bulk of what I'm going to be really wanting to test is actually, and I can put those there to the side for better convenience, is I wanted to test out the various bells. The Heartless that are kind of shaped like bells and have musical names, like for example, the Red Nocturne. Very fiery. It's said that you'll need to fireproof your house after Heartless start appearing in your overworld. So, after the defeat of the Ender Dragon, things can get a little wacky. Like in my main series where I've got Kingdom Keys Recoded. I'm probably going to have to do some cool stuff with my house. Now, Nocturnes, or Bell types, do have improved HP. Like, they have like 60 points of health and rapid fire, so I don't think Witches are going to handle them really that well, although she's trying to get fireproof. Not able to do it in time. I wonder if a second run will be able to... Will you be able to fireproof in time? I don't know, that's a pretty rapid fire. I think they can outpace the Witch's magic. Yeah, she was barely able to grab that potion and then just got wrecked. That's intense. Well, I can arrange this out so I don't have to worry about some things. Just setting you out of here. Oh, okay. I appear to have, is that global? Like, is that a global thing? Because now I'm confused. I don't know if my levels are also emanating from the other file or not. Wait, they couldn't be, because this is a different profile. I just added this in. This isn't the same as my series profile, so that can't be what's happening. Okay, maybe it's because I'm in creative, I'm leveling up faster. I'm not sure exactly how I wound up getting a drive form boost, but yeah, that is something to look forward to, is the ability to use forms and magic like on Kingdom Hearts. It's pretty cool. Now we got a Blue Rhapsody. I'm wondering if the type of magic's going to do much for this, because the thing is that witches are resistant to, like, straight-up magic, but they will gain access to being able to be resistant to fire after they've been on fire for a while because they're potions. But is that what they're going to use? See, she's getting hit for big damage. Like, that was 8 points. And again, remember, witches are naturally magic resistant. She hasn't even hit this guy yet. She has not even hit the bell yet. See, if the red one would have given up, she would have become fireproof and been able to do something about it. So I might give that a few more shots and seeing if there's a time where they distance out. Reminder, you're supposed to be hitting this guy. Hello. Oh, now you're remembering. But he's way over there. You just get more in range. Okay, she has remembered. But will he consider it an attack until it okay, that usually counts as an attack. Okay, she remembered the target, but his AI reset, so I'm not really calling this the same. I'm gonna force that there. And yeah, they do tons of damage. So they can chain smash so quickly. That's actually some pretty heavy attack power there. And it's frosty. Do I get an effect whenever I'm in the... No, I do not. I would have expected getting an effect out of that. I may have to figure something else for them to fight, but for now I'm just doing the witches. So, yeah, the witches are not faring well, might I add. So far the only one they've been able to beat has been a shadow. Although even a small shadow has... I didn't mean to do that, but you'll be fine. Even a simple shadow has like 50 HP. So, a lot of the mobs in Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Keys, well, yeah, Kingdom Keys, which is based on Kingdom Hearts, are, they're pretty bulky, or pretty tough. I thought your attack was supposed to be electric. I mean, it was in the games, but... Wow, that just outpaces their healing in, every time and seems to bypass magic resistance. I'm not sure, but I think that's... Wait, am I bouncing attacks? I'm bouncing attacks. I don't even have a shield. Is it just because I'm in creative? I think it's because I'm in creative. So if you stand at the right spot while you're in creative, they'll blow themselves away. That's kind of funny. It's not happening right now. It happened that time. But that is kind of funny. Oh, you finally gave up just attacking at random. Because it's a weird thing about the Mob Battles mod that often they'll just keep attacking the same location that their last enemy was in. It's very specific, but they'll just keep attacking that empty space. So, if they don't have an alternate enemy to aggro on, they will keep basically just shooting the air. So it's kind of funny. Green Requiem time. We had the Yellow Opera, now we have the Green Requiem. We also have the Witch. So maybe this is more of a demonstration of how strong they are, despite being like frequent enemies. Now, will you recognize your target after, because that usually directly counts as an attack. See, that one hit directly. Okay, so these guys need to be directed, but they can be directed. So it's not that they're... I thought I got you to... Well, I know they're supposed to be the healers. I guess he doesn't have an attack, because they were kind of usually the healers in the games. So, they mainly boost up allies. So, the witch would be able to get rid of one of these, so... But at the same time, no attacks. So that's not really a big deal. It's like, nah, it's not how it normally works. But this guy, on the other hand, I've definitely seen before. And they will attack. I think they're supposed to use wind in the games, though. So we've got some times where it's mainly just a generic fire blast that doesn't even seem to deal, like, actual fire damage. Or it deals, like, specially typed fire damage, like Forge-compatible special magic fire damage or something. Rather than, like, vanilla Minecraft fire damage. It's kind of what I'm gathering there. But the Green Requiem, they're a healer anyhow, so they wouldn't count normally. They are just part of a group that buffs the others up. Crimson Jazz, on the other hand. Now, these guys are even more... This is why I have the mob killer out. It's in case of multiples. Oop, I missed. Okay. Darn you, grass. You don't count for the purposes of the mod swing through grass unless it's actually a weapon. Weird fact, but it's true. Well, okay, to be perfectly fair, I will make this a little more fair. Because they're pretty strong anyhow. So I will go ahead and go with the fact that I've got... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That I've got two, and have you, like, both group up on them. So I'm wondering, if one alone cannot handle it, can a pair of witches take it out? Do we need the power of a full-on coven? I think we got a witch war coming on. Yeah, they hit each other. Hey, whenever they hit each other, they do that. So... I was gonna enrage this one anyhow, towards them. I think I can only set in a very particular way. Like, I think it only goes group on one. I don't think it goes group on group. Well, it might be able to. They do not do well against that attack. I just push that one in. Like, can you tag team? I don't think you can. This one does have some pretty long range. I gotta admit. Just bowled over. Aha! I think we have a new magical trooper champ here. In terms of just like magic shock troops. And previously, witches could do a lot against a lot of magical enemies, but the bells are ringing. So yeah, we have the bells are ringing. Now we also have the Emerald Blues. I'm trying to remember if they were like a greater healer or what. Nope, just fire. Well, at least here they are. If I got a suggestion for Kingdom Keys, it's to actually give them their thematic elements like they had before. Because just the generic fireball, I mean, that only really works for a couple of them. And then after that, are you fireproof now? Is a good question. Are you fireproof? You don't seem to have the appropriate particles. And you don't seem to remember that you're enemies right now, so... Reminder. Why did you get so close? You went right up in his face. Normally, at least give a little distance there. They all do have the same HP in terms of the bells. They all have 60. So that's like a standard between them. Like, that is definitely a thing. They can also all be poisoned, apparently. You have been forgetting your aggro way too much. I almost got it. But either way, that one would have won if it had had the aggro on it. So, there's that. Because I think that none of them has any issue with a witch. Like, they totally all bypass the witch's magic resistance. Although that could also be added into the mods, allowing witch's magic resistance to properly apply. Or any magic resistance for that matter, because that would mean that other mods would be compatible with resisting magic from Kingdom Keys. As if it counted as magic damage in general, even if it had a subtype. Turn lips. So even if it had a subtype, it'd be able to do that. Okay, now I'm just curious. about like how they'd perform with other things. Like how strong are they whenever they could just wallop something like for example, could they take on an Iron Golem? Because now I'm really wondering. Okay, let me rearrange things. Well, actually, let me get the Iron Golem going first here. Because just how strong are the Heartless? Because if they can take down an Iron Golem, even sequentially, that's pretty intense. Okay, Iron Golem, I have a lot of jobs for you. Not one, a lot of jobs for you. First of all, can you recognize the lowly shadow? Apparently you can. And they get wrecked. Can you take down a Giga Shadow? You're pretty big. I don't think it can hit the Golem. Its hitbox just isn't getting it into trampling position. Yeah, it just got wrecked beyond all recognition. So no, they can't hurt an Iron Golem. Isn't at all. That was incredibly one-sided. Now, what about Nocturnes and Bells? Okay. I see. I'm gonna have to possibly get them to aggro at a distance and then maybe home in a little. Of course, this position might also not be fair to the Golem. It seems to want to fight it, though. Well, this will get it down. This is why I was told to fireproof your house. I'm pretty sure they're fireproof. It's just roasting the tree to get to the Golem. So it does not need a line of effect. Golem's burning, but it is gone. So an Iron Golem will take them out very fast. That one's not, on the other hand, immune to fire. I thought it was trying to use fire, but it might not know how. Because previously, that wasn't how that worked. Well, actually, you need to be slightly past the fire. You go that way first, and then this way to get around the fire. And I click on you with this. Yeah, that's right. You are the ice guys, and you're actually thematically accurate. The others generically use fire, but you use ice. You actually know what you're doing in terms of your element. Still couldn't get a shot off after you dropped. Well, you may have. It took a little damage. But it seems that Iron Golem versus these is also mostly one-sided for the Golem. Like, it definitely is highly in favor of smacking everything. Of course, it's an Iron Golem. These things happen. So I think I can conclude that none of these will be able to do anything with the Iron Golem as long as they're actually properly aggroed on each other. But it's weird that the Iron Golem can actually attack them, but they won't attack back. So I mean, the Giga Shadow will try. Even the little Shadow will try, but the bells don't seem to know how. That's kind of weird. Again, even the regular Shadow at least tried. Like I could toss one of these down, and it at least tries to deal with the Golem. Like it tries to, like you can see it working its legs, like it's preparing to fight back, but the Golem's just too strong. The Giga Shadow, on the other hand, it will recognize an attack, but its little feet can't reach because it's like a T-Rex. It has a big head and tiny arms, and its feet are positioned way too far back to technically kick. Its body design is all wrong for this. Okay, that's the thing, but okay, maybe we should go alternate spellcaster here, because I've I've tried with witches, but I haven't really tried with an evoker yet. So you're out. Sorry. So let's try an evoker. So this is a little bit of labbing here, which I do like sometimes. Now evokers, unlike witches, are all offense. They do their summons, they do their attacks, but they don't have any ability to heal themselves. So as soon as this gets on, it'll be the battle of minions knowing how to aim, and him knowing how to aim, compared to it knowing how to aim. So we'll see who's better at what. Okay. Because this one's pretty typical of them. Okay, they are launching attacks towards each other. Oh, he got shot in the back. He was just whole turned around. Minions are attacking. But it's got a lot of health. Will they be able to do so in time? Yes, they will. However, I don't think I can get it to target them fast enough because they're pretty hard to hit with this thing. But it shows that it would probably, in the end, be a tie because, admittedly, they're pretty evasive. They'd be pretty hard for that thing to hit, even if it was aggroed on them. So I have a feeling that it would be a bad day for both sides because it can roast the Evoker pretty fast. Like, no doubt. And these guys will get revenge for the Evoker. But then, of course, they'll do that thing where they disappear out of the world. Which should time out any time now, actually. Because yeah, there we go. That's when they're starting to time out of the world. Although, a couple of these might be from a second group. So they might have a longer timer on them. Yep, they're starting to go, though. And there's the last Vex. When it goes, it is technically a tie. Yep. There you go. Last Vex. Decides to, well, for a while I thought it was going to dramatically just bury itself in the ground. Going, I'm just going into my own grave. Bye. That one almost did. That would have been a dramatic way to go. Going, you know, I'm just going to bury myself, thank you. You don't have to do it for me. No bother. I got this covered. But, yeah, that's interesting. So, Evoker die, which loses to everyone except the green. And, it will lose to a Giga Shadow, but it can take out a regular Shadow. So that's weird. So a lot of the Heartless are actually pretty stout in this. I do have a few other things to compare with. Like, so I might bring more into that later. For now, I guess you can call this a bit of a welcoming party to the Heartless, and the idea that there will be more of them later on in the mod. So let's just review of things of which might be aiming at you later. Just a slight review, just a couple. You might have to deal with shadows and bells. So this can happen later on. They might add some more like soldiers, some of the greater Heartless, Organization 13 members, which aren't Heartless but are nobodies, and more like that. So as they get more into fulfilling the lore of Kingdom Hearts, you're gonna be seeing a lot more of this. You gotta just gotta admit for a moment, just one thing, and that's how well this model actually fits into Minecraft. I mean, it's not perfectly smooth and rounded like the shadows there, but at the same time, it still looks perfectly appropriate here. It's a pretty good fit, actually. So I'll be logging off for now. This has been kind of more of a mob battle science routine as I kind of test out the Heartless with various things. And I might do more of that in the future, or I might think up some better matches for them as well. Maybe some of Lycanite's mobs. I mean, it'd be interesting having a dragon go up against all that firepower and just roast them all. That would be intense. So that could happen. So just a few ideas. So for now, I'll be logging off. Hope to hear from you all later. Bye for now, everybody, and remember, there will be more mob battles.